The village was in northwestern Mexico, in the state of Sonora, close to Arizona, the Sonora Desert, in the areas around there. I grew up there knowing that it was going to be gone soon, but we never knew as a child, a little child. And the same with other children, we never knew when it was going to be the end of the town, because we knew that there was a dam being built, and that once they closed the locks, the water was going to rise and the town was going to end to end, and it was going to be within the artificial lake formed by the dam. That was pretty much my whole concept of the world, since I can remember that everything that I was experiencing, all the physical things, were going to end underwater. And I didn't know when soon was going to be, because, for children, a couple of years is a long time. And eventually in 1964, the locks were closed, the water rose, and my family was one of the last ones to leave. Everybody had already left. So it was a very weird experience, seeing the water rise and then walls of the cuts in the hills falling into the water, and these strange sounds, and seeing the landscape that was quite dry start to be filled up with a lot of water, slowly, very slowly. I don't know if that is the reason why water plays a prominent part in many of my paintings, but at the same time I use many of the primordial elements a lot in my artwork, which is references to earth, fire, and wind or air. So in early cosmologies, those four elements were very important, and then I often use them, not necessarily in the same painting, but they get repeated and they get emphasized. More often than not, I use the open spaces. In December of 2005, I was stricken with a severe case of Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I was completely immobilized. My extremities were not mobile at all, especially affected were my upper extremities, my arms and my hands. And I haven't done any artwork, with the exception of one drawing, I haven't done anything in 6 years, and my hands are still very weak. Now it's becoming more frustrating not being able to create, to make any more images. I couldn't even think of creating, because it was more elemental, like who's going to feed me, who's going to bathe me. And we are used to being independent, self-sufficient, and we do all these things automatically, but when you are totally unable to do them, those little things become enormous. The name of the condition that I have is called Guillain-Barré syndrome, and it attacks the motor nerves by destroying the myelin sheath that covers the nerves. Therefore, the communication between the brain and the muscles becomes interrupted, so the individual cannot move the parts affected. So in my case, I think that the nerve part is already repaired or regenerated, but that I'm dealing with the after effects of atrophy, because I spent a lot of time without movement at all, and then little by little doing very, very little movement. Even now I can move very little. When I move more is when I'm in the water, when I swim, because my body is lighter in the water, so the buoyancy of the water allows me to use more movement. It's very good for my body and for my soul too, because I'm able to be free there. I'm freer in the sense that I can move my body in ways that I can't while I'm out of the water. Here in Los Angeles, the beach that I have always preferred is Venice Beach. I like the society that gathers there. I think it's a great meeting place for all kinds of people in Los Angeles. Unlike certain other beaches in which only one group of people or fewer samples of the demographics of Los Angeles meet, in Venice it's like a real smorgasbord of different ethnic identities and different lifestyles, and I find that very invigorating. I would like to go back to painting. I have a lot of ideas that I would like to finish. At this moment, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to painting. I don't know if it's going to be soon or if it's going to take some more years. It's already 6 years without being able to work. I want to go back to painting. Whether I will be able to do it, I don't know.